Good day, everybody. Today, just gonna be making a little small box, and main reason for this is because I want to create this joint right here using my dovetail bit. And I got some old cherry wood, and gonna cut it to width. Over here at the router table now, I'm cutting the vertical piece with the dovetail bit. And as you can see right here, that bit cuts through that wood like butter. And now I'm doing the horizontal piece. And forgot to hook up my dust collection there, so I was making a little mess. And here I'm going to show you how it kind of goes together. And there you go, that's how it fits together. And now before I glue it up, I'm gonna give it a nice little sanding on the inside. Be a lot easier to get to it this way than gluing it up and then sanding it. And just putting some glue inside the joint, spreading it around, putting it together. And now I'm just going to clamp it closed and make sure all the edges are even, lined up. And once I got it clamped up, I'm going to check it for square. And it's square. Now I'll be taking them out of the clamps. And I'm going to glue the top and bottom on. Going to apply the clamps. And then I will leave it to dry for a few hours. And back again after a couple hours, taking it out of the clamps. And there you have a box. And what I'm going to do is use the table saw here and cut that excess amount off. Just getting close. It don't have to be perfect because I'm going to take it over to the router and use the flush trim bit to get it exactly flush. Once again, back over to the router table. Here I am with the flush trim bit. And as you can see, it's right along that bearing, getting it trimmed down flush. And you can see I hooked my dust collection back up this time. See the dust getting sucked in there. And there you go. It's all flushed up. So at this point, I wanted to get fancy, and I decided to do some inlay. And so I'm using a straight edge router bit and gonna cut some little channels. And got the 2 side channels done, and I want to put one in the middle, so I'm measuring here. Try to get as close to the middle as possible. I think it was 3 and 1/16 was the middle of it. And you'll tell in a second by my little dot right there. That was a little bit off, but hey, close enough. And now I'm going to measure the channel using my calipers, so I know how big I need to cut the walnut. And it should come out to 1/2 inch. And there he is, 1/2 inch. And I am cutting the piece of walnut to width here at 1/2 inch. So that way that's going to allow the face grain to be facing up in the inlay. And here I am now cutting it to the depth of, I think it was 3/8, which would leave it proud. And I'll just sand the rest of it down flush. And now I'm just basically measuring to where I need to cut these strips at. And once again, I'll cut them proud and cut them to fit as I go. And some of them were just still a little bit thick, so I used the sandpaper here to kind of bring it down some. It didn't need a whole lot. Yeah, it's safer to do it like that than trying to put it back on that table saw again. And now I'm gonna glue the inlay in. Clamp it up, let it dry, come back, and I'm using the calipers again to measure how long I need this piece to be. And then I'm going to use the calipers to scribe a line across, so I know exactly where to cut it at. Just like so. And I took it over to the chop saw, cut it down, and gluing them in. Clamping it up, letting the glue dry, unclamping it. And then you can see right there how they're a little proud. And now I'm gonna take it over to my drum sander. And sand them flush. And I want to cut a chamfer on the top and the bottom, just to kind of give it just a little extra detail, kind of make it look like it's floating when it's sitting on the table. And that was the top, and now I'm going to do the bottom. And there you have it. Using the bandsaw here, I'm going to separate the lid and the box. And I want to be a little more detailed on this video, so that's the reason why I'm breaking it into 2 different videos. And I also want to include my grandson in this because I am making the box for him. And he's going to start helping me. He's going to help me sand the lid and the box flush. So without further ado, here goes my grandson Carson telling me what to do.
Okay. Do it like Papa. Switch?
Yeah.
Okay, you do that one, I'll do this one. Good job, man.
One.
Keep going.
Papa, maybe we do it again.